ceased it because of copyright, which is kind of funny because we have no music going on in the background for that very reason. Um, yeah, if y'all could, it looks like chat's back on though. So let's see if we can get that going. Once you're in, go ahead and let me know where you're practicing from, where you're joining me from. Oh, hi, Emily, you're here. Yay, Green Hill. Yes. So good. Yeah, for some reason they shut off the live stream that I had on before. I guess it was, they said something about copyright, which is kind of bizarre, but we'll carry on. And y'all are hopping on, y'all are finding your way back. So thank you for trying again. I bet y'all have been having some wonky stuff with Wi-Fi and systems and everything too, Emily, huh? Oh, yay. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're here. Yes. Yeah, I'm very excited about this way for us to connect, you know. Thank goodness for technology. Good, good. It's working. I'm glad it's working, Emily. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. So, how is everybody feeling today? Is there anything that's needing extra love or support today? Anything needing extra releasing today? I am honored to be of service to y'all. Let's go ahead and type in if it's neck, if it's shoulders, just general de stressing. um, yeah. Yeah, I know y'all are typing. I just feel it. Back. Yes, I hear that. Back. Mm-hmm. Anything else needing extra love? Off sitting, chair sitting makes a lot of sense. Yeah, good. Well, we'll go ahead and get started here. Let's go ahead and find our way to our mats. I'm going to go to my mat here in a bit. And it'll be a little bit different in the sense that we're just going to languidly recline back on our hands and bring the feet down in contact with your mat with your knees bent. And it doesn't matter how the hands are, if they're pointing, the fingers are pointing forward or to the sides, whatever's really comfortable for you. And so we're leaning back, just languidly swaying the legs side to side. Now, maybe your heart could flow away, so it's like a twist of sorts, but this is a little bit more with awareness to the glutes, to the low back, inspiring some ease there. Just kind of checking in with the body, giving ourselves a little bit of time before that deep settling. I know it's taking, I don't know about y'all, but for me, taking a little bit more to settle. Thank goodness for practices like this to help us ground and settle and find our way to normal, trying to find breaths of calm as we transition towards this new normal. So just swaying these legs side to side. Yeah. And then go ahead and find your way into a comfortable seated position. And then bring your hands onto your heart. Bow your head to your heart. And let your heart speak. So maybe we've been quite present in our mind when it comes to the, receiving all this information, trying to find a new way to adapt, a new way to create, to be with one another. And so now we try to ease that part of being and just listen to our heart. What is there? How are you? While there may be quite grand fluctuations of the mind happening in this uncertain time, there may be grand fluctuations of the heart. So especially in this yoga practice today, allowing for those fluctuations of the heart to be, to breathe, to process, gifting yourself this time to hear your heart. And so gathering up whatever is showing up for you right now as we inhale together through the nose, open mouth exhale, gathering awareness, expressing your awareness. And then hands on the legs, torso circles one direction. Maybe the body wants to, or the head wants to follow this movement. Go ahead and color outside the lines right away. The gift of this practice is you could be laying down on your mat this whole time. It's all good. Just try to stay, whatever it is. I know it's like another layer of practicing other way, trying to keep from engaging with all the other parts of our home, all the other parts of our space. Gift yourself this time to be in your body, your mind, your heart. And then flowing up in your seated position. Hands on your legs as we inhale, the heart forward, chin flows towards the sky. And then chin in, spine curls back. Bow your head to your heart. 4 more, just like that. Constantly bowing to our hearts. Giving ourselves this time to let our heart speak, our heart breathe. And since there was a request for low back releasing, given all the chair sitting, we'll stay here in the cat spine and sway the torso side to side. And maybe it comes a little bit more into the upper back space, swaying side to side. Lifting our hearts up, and then exhale to flow our spines forward. And then hands could flow forward, guiding your seat down, shoulders ease down. Staying here for 4 long breaths, easing over the shape of your legs. And let this practice be, again, about listening to your heart, letting go of the need to force any experience on yourself, even forcing expectations of your practice. You need to feel like it's a workout, especially right now. And then rolling up your fluid spine, arms flow to the sky, hands together at your lifted heart. Switching your legs, if you're cross-legged with me, to your awkward crossing. And then hands on the legs as we inhale, shoulders up. Shoulders drop, open mouth. 1 more. Hands on the kneecaps as we inhale, the heart forward, chin flows up. And then chin in, spine curls back. 4 more, just like this. Following the timing of your breath, take your time. At the end of your 4th exhale on your timing, keep your cat spine, chin bows into your heart. Sweep your chin across your heart side to side to help free up the upper back, free up your neck. And then flowing up our spines, pouring our hearts over this maybe awkward crossing. Hands flowing forward, shoulders melting down. No need to force the same experience on this side as you may have had with the other leg crossed over if you've been in crossed legs. Just focusing on these breaths of connection to what is your experience right here, right now. 3 more big breaths of bowing your head to your heart. Rolling up your spine, arms reaching out and up for the sky. Hands together at your lifted heart. Placing your hands onto your heart. Let your heart rise into your hands with your inhale. And ease on the exhale. Heart rising. Heart easing. 2 more breaths. Sending one hand down, folding one leg on top of the other. Doesn't matter which leg. And then flowing to child's pose balasana. So knees out wide, big toes together to touch. Bring your hips back to your heels. And resting your heart, your head towards your mat. Let this be home for you, this shape. So that being said, maybe you want to stay here in this position of home, of stillness. Letting your heart breathe and speak. Gifting yourself this time to process all that is within and around. One of the strange and interesting parts of this time was kind of unpacked in speaking with other folks within the yoga community about how this forced and sudden time of solitude or quarantine, let's say, because that's what it is for some of us, or all of us really, but it may not feel like solace, is what I'm trying to say. We're kind of forced to really uncover what is really there in our minds and our hearts. So swaying your forehead side to side. That helps not only release through the neck, gives us more time in child's pose to release through low back and hips. We're also awakening Anya Chakra, that place where our intuition, our internal compass resides. So when the analytical mind or the anxious mind wants to take over, letting our heart and our mind's intuition take over. Let that part of us listen to what is and what may be needed for us to be. Inhaling child's pose, exhaling hands and knees, tabletop position. So the hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, fingers are spread wide on the mat. We're going to inhale long spine here, and then exhale right shoulder, right hip, maybe looking over your shoulder to peek at that heel, and then inhale back to center, exhale other way. 2 more times each way. Releasing through low back space. Gentle toning of the obliques, the side bodies, while stretching the side bodies. And then at the end of your second flow each way of shoulder to hip, we'll go ahead and flow into a nice long spine. Toes tuck under, hips reaching for the sky, downward facing dog. And can we keep a bend in the knees? Guide the shoulders up the back space, a micro bend of the elbows away so we don't lock in our joints. And let's go ahead and now ease the right heel towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch. And just breathe and become aware of what is there. Maybe there is quite a bit of tension. Maybe you're noticing the challenge it may be for your upper body, tapping into this strength, and then switching so that the other heel grounds down. And then we can guide a little bit more movement. Perhaps it's a walk of the dog, flowing legs, hips, head. Inhaling the face to shine towards your hands. And then exhale your feet towards your hands. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Again, a generous bend to your knees as we slowly, softly roll up the spine, arms reaching for the sky. Hands together at your lifted heart. Close your eyes, feel your heartbeat with your thumbs. What is there? What is showing up for you right here, right now? Honoring yourself in the now. As the arms flow down by your sides, lift your heart, shine your face up. Chin into your chest, bending knees, rolling down your spine. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Hands on legs, reach your spine long. Exhale to bend your knees, plant your hands down, tabletop position, hands and knees. And then we'll inhale, cow spine, open, lifting heart. Open mouth, cat spine. One more big inhale. Huge exhale. Long spine. Child's pose, Balasana, knees out wide, big toes together to touch. Resting your heart, resting your head on your mat. Right now, what's arriving for me is even that awareness of this shape being called child's pose. Perhaps we can allow ourselves to be held like children here. I feel like many of us, myself included, have been working pretty hard to provide on so many levels, calm, ease, structure. Let yourself be held here. Two more big breaths. And then we'll inhale, toes tucking under. Exhaling, downward facing dog, inverted V. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, feet forward, forward fold at the front edge-ish of your mat. No big deal. Bending knees as we halfway lift. And then exhale to relax down. Bending knees, rolling up your spine, arms reach for the sky. Hands together at your lifted heart. Close your eyes, feel your heartbeat with your thumbs. Bring your feet together to make one imprint into the mat. And then we'll go ahead and bend our knees. Pull your core up, shoulders flow down. Now the hands are still here because we're going to keep the pointer, or the pinky finger rather, and the thumb together and open the three middle fingers out to create a bowl. This is Padmasana Mudra, lotus shape. Trying to dig your heels down into the mat like you're planting seeds, and then pull that energy up your legs, up your spine, shoulders melt down. So this is a symbol of that lotus. Helps us acknowledge that that beauty can grow from dark and dank places. And we need to dive into that dark, dive deep in order to uncover possibility. So staying grounded here, I know maybe even this experience of so long in chair may feel a little bit dark. So stay here with this. Tap into your strength. Let this practice build resilience. And maybe you're feeling yourself in a dark place. Maybe you're feeling yourself in a state of possibility. Wherever you are, know that that is completely valid and flowing with what is. What color is your lotus? Offer it a specific color. And together while we share, while we practice lotus, exhale to swan dive over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to bend your knees. Plant your hands down, stepping both feet way back. High push-up position, plank. And then we're going to inhale, downward facing dog, inverted V. Exhaling, high push-up position. 3 more, just like that. Good. Maybe you can go even slower than me. In this case, the slower, the stronger, rather than allowing momentum to carry us. We're allowing our internal strength to help us deliberately flow, mindfully move. At the end of our third landing, the high push-up, we're going to inhale, high push-up, exhale the knees down. Inhale, long spine, pelvic floor underneath you, and then exhale to bend those knees, bend the elbows all the way down, forehead kissing the mat. Elbows hug in towards one another, shoulders melt down. Press the mat away with the tops of your feet as we inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. And then exhale the forehead to kiss your mat. 3 more, just like that. Lifting your heart up. And then bowing your head, releasing your head. Bowing your experience. Rising on the inhale, easing with the exhale. Yes, this is heat. So next, we'll go ahead and bring those forearms to stack on top of one another. Bring your forehead to your forearms. Bend your knees and sway your shins and your forehead side to side. So there's a bit of that tapping into strength in the back space and now some releasing of back and neck space. Just 2 more breaths here. And then long legs behind you, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows hug in as we inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Press the mat away, child's pose, Balasana, knees out wide, big toes together. Guide your hips back to your heels. 2 breaths here, or maybe breathing here for the rest of the practice, and that's absolutely perfect. And then we'll tuck our toes under. Downward facing dog, inverted V. Right leg will reach up for the sky, and then right leg will flow through to runner's lunge. Maybe you guide it forward with your hands. No big deal at all, y'all. We'll bring the right hip crease back. Hands stay grounded as we lengthen through the spine. Lift your heart, shine your face up, and then exhale, chin in, spine curls up and away. 4 more, just like that. Allowing your legs to shift, allow your pelvis to shift. 2 more. On your timing, honoring your range of motion, your breath pattern. And then at the end of your second exhale, bending into your front knee, left hand underneath the left shoulder, right fingertips flowing to the sky, twisting. Maybe you've been doing a lot more when it comes to engaging with social media and our computer screens. So rotate through the wrist, one direction. Good. And then the other way. Reach your heart up towards that top hand and then top hand flowing down. Runner's lunge. Back foot spinning flat. Press the mat away with the outer edge of your back foot and then lift the arms to the sky. Warrior 1. Pull your pelvis underneath you. Reach it up to your hands. Hopefully you witness a lengthening in your left hip flexor. That's to offset the chair sitting as well. So inhale your front leg straight. Palms will shine forward. And then exhale to bend your elbows and your front knee. Open your heart to the sky. 3 more. And maybe every time we exhale, we can open our hearts, open our awareness to the space that is sheltering us. Finding that sense of gratitude for this roof that does provide that sense of security. Hands flow behind you. Opposite hand to opposite forearm, because we're going to come back to this. Inhale to lift your heart, lift your chin up. And then exhale to bow deeply. Humble warrior with the forearms connecting to one another. And then shoulder blades hug in, trying to drizzle the crown down. Maybe you can find a flow of the head, no. A nod of the head, yes. 2 more big breaths. Flowing the arms up to the sky, warrior 1. Front foot aligns with your back arch. Take time with your feet as we open the hips and heart to the side, warrior 2. Front palm spins up, reversing your warrior. And then exhaling your hands down, high push-up position, plank. Inhale, high push-up. Exhale the knees down. Inhale your spine long. Exhale to bend the elbows so the forehead and the heart can ease to your mat. Elbows continue to hug in, shoulders down as we inhale the crown to rise. And then exhale to ease. 3 more. Honoring your experience. Has it shifted? Inhaling Cobra Bhujangasana. Press the mat away. Knees out wide. Big toes together to touch. Guide your hips back. And from here, we're going to open the palms towards the sky. That's our mudra, position of the hands or seal of receiving. So while we ease our hearts, ease our heads to the mat, amidst this checking in and honoring our experience, what is one thing you may wish to receive? May we allow every movement of our bodies, our minds, and our hearts to be a way to open this channel of receiving. Hands connecting back down to your mat, toes tuck under, downward facing dog, inverted V. And then we'll flow the left leg up to the sky, left leg through to runner's lunge, maybe guiding it forward with the hand. Hands stay grounded. Inhale, cow spine. Exhale, cat. 3 more. Runner's lunge, right hand down underneath your shoulder, left fingertips flowing to the sky, twisting towards your bent leg. Can the shoulders melt down your back while your spine reaches forward? Good. And then rotating through that top wrist. Other way. That back knee could always flow down to help alleviate any strain if you're experiencing that right now. That being said, top hand down. The back knee would hover anyway now so that the back foot could spin flat. Lifting arms and heart, warrior 1. And then the palms will shine forward as the front leg extends, arms reach for the sky. Bend your front knee and your elbows, open your hips and heart. 3 more, just like that. Opening up to receiving with each breath, with each movement. And at the end of that third exhale, bringing those arms behind you, make sure that opposite forearm is on top when we flow these arms behind. And then shoulder blades and elbows hug in as we lift our hearts, lift our crowns, bowing your head to your heart, humble warrior. Claiming connection to that one thing that you are receiving on behalf of yourself. filling our cup so that we can be available to collective healing and understanding. One more breath. And then arms reaching for the sky, warrior one. Opening hips and heart towards that space to your right, warrior two. And then front palm spins up, reverse your warrior, heart up and away. Hands flowing down to the mat, high push-up position, plank. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, longer spine. Exhale to bend the elbows, heart and head kissing on the mat. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale to press the mat away, Child's Pose, Balasana. 3 long breaths. Just like in the beginning, remembering what it was like to be a child, perhaps offering yourself breaths to let yourself be held by our time together. And at the end of your third exhale, toes tuck under, lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Allowing for some free movement here. So maybe you want to walk the dog, flow the legs, offer yourself a chaturanga flow with the legs hovering if your body is craving that. About 3 more breaths here. Just honoring what's feeling right for you. Maybe it's stillness. And then we'll inhale to look forward. Exhaling, feet forward, forward fold. Hands on legs, reaching long spine. Exhale, easing spine. Bending knees, rolling up, arms reaching for the sky. Hands flow together at your lifted heart. Close your eyes, feel your heartbeat with your thumbs, continuing to honor your experience, the current experience. Let it shift, constantly listening to what is needed. Yeah, and so now the arms will ease down this time. Shoulder circles front to back, 4. Hands will flow into fists behind you, elbows to one another as we lift up our hearts. Guide your hips forward, reach your heart up and away. Can the elbows flow a bit closer to one another to help open up the front of your chest, your heart? More variations for hip flexor releasing, heart opening to help support low back release, heart release. Lifting up, bending knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands to your heart. Pinky and thumb stay together, opening those 3 middle fingers, creating that lotus shape. Being present with your dark and your light. What feels solid and strong and what feels unresolved. No, you're not alone. 2 more breaths. And then hands onto your hips, chair, legs, body weight will shift to your right foot. Step your left foot back. The entire back foot is in contact with the mat for warrior one, legs. Now I'm here because we want to bring the bowl of the pelvis underneath us. Hands onto the shoulders, elbow circles, front to back, 3. Maybe poring over that social media stuff a lot. So got to think about that. Offering kindness to ourselves as the fists come to the low back space as it flows towards the glutes. Elbows to one another, lift up your heart. Lean into your hands as your hands guide your hips forward. Maybe the heart reaches up. I hope you feel a big release around your left hip flexor here. So what happens when we sit in chairs is the hip flexors tighten and shorten, and that pulls the spine forward and then strains the low back space. The why of this. That being said, opposite hand can go to opposite forearm, or maybe this time now we interlace the fingers. Shoulder blades hug in, lift your heart, lift your face up, and then releasing over this leg shape. humble warrior. Maybe a big sweeping flow of the head, no. Loving nod of your head, yes. And about 3 more breaths here. Arms will flow up to the sky. Warrior 2, front foot aligned with your back arch. Hips and heart open away. Now again, I'm here deliberately. Bring your left hand to your low back where the fists were. Front palm spins up. Lift this arm up, heart towards the top hand. Guide your hips forward with your hand while you reach up and away. Another way to release through your hip flexor. This is also a way to help keep our lymphatic system flowing, to keep our immune system strong. Right arm to right thigh, left arm over your ear, extended side angle, opening your heart to the sky. If your experience were to be a color, bring that color into your top hand, and then inhale to open your heart towards that top hand. Wash that color over yourself, body, mind, and heart. Honoring your experience, expressing your experience. If it were to be painted, would it be painted with acrylic, pencils, markers? Chin flowing down to your bottom shoulder, other way with that arm flow. Good. 2 more. That second flow will help pull us up to warrior 2. And then hands flowing down, high push-up position, plank. Inhale, long spine, long legs. Exhale, knees down. This is a lot. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bending those elbows. Guide your heart and your head down. Inhale the face and heart to shine up. Exhale to press the mat away. Child's pose. Balasana. 2 more big breaths. Inhaling, toes tucking under, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to look at your hands, and exhale, feet towards your hands, forward fold. Halfway lift through the nose. Open mouth, relax. Bending knees, rolling up, arms reaching up. Hands together at your lifted heart. Feet together, making that big imprint with your mat. Inhaling the arms to rise. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands onto your heart. Thumbs and pinky stay together, 3 middle fingers opening up, creating that lotus. Grounding in your strength. Heart lifting up towards that one thing you are receiving. Just 2 more breaths. Inhale, chair. Exhaling, body weight to that left foot. Step your right foot back. Warrior 1 legs. Hands on the shoulders, or on the hips rather. Shoulder circles, front to back. 4. And then hands and fists behind you, elbows to one another as we reach up. Guide your hips forward, reach your heart up and away, leaning into your hands. Coming all the way up, opposite hand to opposite forearm, or interlacing fingers. Make sure opposite pointer finger and thumb are on top as we hug the shoulder blades in, lift the heart. And then releasing over the shape of the legs, humble warrior. Long breaths of washing over that one thing. Two more. Coming all the way up, warrior one. Front foot aligns with your back arch. Warrior two, hips and heart opening to the space to your right. Right hand to your low back. Left palm up, left arm up. Focusing on getting the weight out of your hips as the spine reaches up. And then bring the hips forward with the hands, reaching the heart up and away. Hopefully achieving a bit more of release in that right hip flexor. A little bit different because we're going to come back up to warrior two. Bring your left leg straight. And now the left toes spin to the right side edge of your mat. So all 10 toes are facing the right side edge. Hands on the hips. Inhale, shoulders up. Shoulders drop. Inhale the heart and the face to shine up. Exhale to bend your knees. Walk your hands down your legs. Right leg in. Forward fold. Staying here for 4 long breaths. And then we'll bend the knees, roll up the spine, arms rise towards the sky, hands together at your heart. The back toes will angle in, left toes towards the front edge of your mat. Bend your left knee, left arm, left thigh, right arm reaching over your ear for that extended side angle. And hopefully noticing that diagonal line that you may be able to create with the top fingertips all the way to the outer edge of your back foot. Placing in this top hand that one thing that you are receiving. Inhaling here. Exhale to wash that reception over yourself with these arm circles. Movements of hope. Movements of faith. Other way. Two more. This arm pulls us up, warrior two, and then hands down, high push-up position, plank. Inhale, long legs. Exhale, bending knees. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bending arms. This time, forehead and heart shine up, bringing those forearms to stack on top of one another. Forehead to forearms, bending knees, swaying your shins and your forehead side to side. Inspiring release. Inspiring transitions towards rest. It's coming. And then we'll go ahead and bring those legs long behind. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale our hearts to lift. And then exhale to press the mat away. Child's pose, Balasana. Good. Something a little bit different for our low back space. So what we're going to do is bring that right forearm to the center of your mat. Bring your left hand onto your left leg. And this is all from child's pose still. So inhale your spine to reach long. And then exhale to press this left hand into the left leg. Open your heart to the sky. So twists like this are known to be therapeutic for the low back space. 2 more breaths. Inhaling here. Exhale the left forearm to replace the right. Right hand to right leg. Inhale your spine long. And then exhale to twist. Shoulders relax down. 3 breaths. Inhaling here. Exhaling those hands underneath the shoulders, lifting your heart up just enough to flow the legs over to one side, and then your comfortable seated position. So most of the effort's behind us now, yes. Now it's time to kind of transition us towards the gift of rest and easing. So hands on the legs, drawing circles with your head and allowing the body to follow the movement of your head. Maybe the torso follows, maybe the shoulders follow. Other way. Pausing at center, remembering stillness. Hands on your heart, remembering the heart rise on the inhale. Heart ease on the exhale. Heart rise on the inhale. Heart ease on the exhale. A breath we can use at any time when we may feel overwhelmed, or we may feel like we just need some time to listen to our hearts. And then we'll bring the bottoms of our feet to touch, creating a diamond shape with our legs. Hands on the legs as we inhale, heart forward, chin up, and then cat spine. There's about 2 more here, unless you want to carry on, and I don't know. And then we'll lift our spines up and then flow your long spine forward. Rather than pressing down with the arms, think of the knees pressing down into oranges to extract that citrus, allowing our internal strength to open us up rather than exterior forces. And then we can interlace our fingers, maybe guide them underneath our feet. And that usually helps encourage a bit more releasing in the hips and the low back. So shoulders flow down. How long can your spine be here? Let that be more important than how far down we are. And maybe even allowing ease be more important than effort. I'm learning that. Aren't we all? So 2 more big breaths. And then bring the hands away from the feet. Lift your spine up. Going back to how we began, reclining on your hands. So allowing yourself to just relax. Doesn't matter where the fingertips are. Bring the feet in contact with the mat. And then sway your knees side to side. Allow the heart to flow away. And this is also a bit of a cueing to what we're going to be doing on our back. So that is the spinal twist. So noticing how the knees flow one way and the face shines the other way. That'll be what we're going to do here pretty soon. Now let's go ahead and bring the legs long. Feet to the front of your space and then arms reaching up. And then swan dive over your legs. Rather than grabbing the feet, go ahead and inhale to flex your feet and exhale to point your toes. 3 more. Maybe you can feel here a massage to your low back space. Rotating through the ankle joints one direction, and then the other way. Flexing your feet, rolling up the spine, arms forward, heart lifting, and then releasing all the way down. Next, what you'll do is hug your knees in, sway your legs side to side. Opening your arms out wide like a capital letter T shape, and then bring your legs to the right side of your space. Open your heart and your gaze to the left side of your space. Staying there for about 4 long breaths. What can be at peace here? What can relax? At the end of your 4th exhale, stay in your twist. Could you extend your left leg towards that space to your right? So that left leg is long for an IT release. And staying there for about 3 more breaths. Can the left shoulder melt deeper down into the mat? And can the left thumb point to that space, the wall behind you, rather than the palm connecting to the floor? Can it open to the sky? That helps encourage opening across the front of your chest. And then bend that top leg in, both legs to center, and then both legs over to the left, face and heart opening to the space to your right. Right shoulder easing down, thumbs pointed to the space behind. 4 more big breaths. Almost there, y'all. And then that top leg will be bent, and then extending it towards that space to your left for that IT releasing, and staying there for about 3 more breaths. And then that top leg will flow in, guiding your legs to center, offering your body any remaining movements you may need to support a position of deep rest and relaxation. And it's my honor to share in sounds, the sounds of the harmonium, offering sounds for yogi archetype Saraswati, since we were talking about that lotus and the fact that that beauty can grow in dark and dank times, also inspiring the innovation that is required for us to show up for ourselves and each other. So maybe you even shift this part of your practice to your favorite space in your home or in the room that you're in. Let yourself be comfortable. Maybe we can even pull into our awareness all of those practicing right now in their own homes, in their own spaces. And we are united with this desire to connect to our true essence, this desire to breathe and be. And so allowing these sounds to be a way to thread us together as we navigate together through these dark and light times. And I say that because darkness tends to also illuminate so much about ourselves, about each other, out of the systems that we exist in. So sounds to help encourage all the truth that is coming and our shifts towards our mind. Saraswati Namaha. Saraswati Saraswati Hari Saraswati Inviting into your heart, into your awareness, that one thing that you are receiving. Imagining it as if it has already been achieved, already been embraced and woven into the fabric of your life. And with your mind's eye, with your heart's imagination, see what that makes your world look like, how it affects you and those in your life, how it affects the collective landscape. Allowing what your intuitive mind and your heart see to inspire the conscious change necessary, or the conscious receiving necessary to help bring this into fruition. Gathering up all the connection that you cultivated as you slowly brush your thumbs alongst your fingertips, wiggle your toes, hugging your legs into your heart. Find that loving sway of your legs side to side to love on your low back. Flowing over to one side, completely relaxed. And then guiding yourself up to your comfortable seated position. Whatever works for you is perfect. Arms reaching for the sky. Hands together at your lifted heart. Arms flowing out and up, gathering up all your good intentions. Exhaling them into your heart. Inhaling, arms out and up, gathering up what your heart and your mind see. Exhaling that beautiful vision into your lifted, receiving heart. Bowing head to heart. It was such an honor to share in this practice with each of you. Wishing for you a day filled with deep breaths of growing awareness of what is within you and around you. From my heart and home to yours. Namaste. It's such a gift to be here with y'all. My goodness, thank goodness to internet, right? That we can be here together. Yeah, so my next offering will actually be with the Mat Yoga Studio through a Zoom live stream. They're asking for $10. Drop in if you want to join me for live class tomorrow afternoon at noon. I'm also doing a morning mantra at 9 a.m. through, I'm not sure yet, honestly, YouTube or Instagram Live, one of those, maybe both of those. We will see about that. But please, if y'all are able, consider donating for this practice. It's donation based. So suggested donation was around $10, but you can pay above or below that. Donation could even be spreading the word. And those links for my Venmo and PayPal account are in my link in my Instagram bio, as well as I believe it's also, yes, it's in the Facebook thread, the event Yoga Online with Stephanie today. So hopefully I get to see y'all again. How are y'all feeling? Are you feeling a little bit more open and easeful? Yeah, I know. Takes a while to type in all the things, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope to see y'all again soon. And I'm so grateful that y'all tuned in. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.